Today I'm going to show you how to set up a Zoom class meeting. A few do's and don'ts to keep in mind to make sure your meetings are secure as possible is to use only your Flagler School Zoom account when setting up the meetings. Follow the guidelines given to you and the best practices for securing your secure virtual classroom, and share your meeting ID and password only securely with your students, for example, through Schoology, email, or a closed messaging platform. Don't use the same meeting ID and password for all your meetings. Don't set up any class meetings with a personal account, and don't share your Zoom recordings publicly. This is the document that was shared, and I highly recommend going through the best practices for securing your Zoom class meetings. Let's look at how to schedule a meeting using the Zoom web portal. You'll log into your account, click Meetings, and then Schedule a Meeting. You will then name your meeting. You can add a description if you like. If you have a saved template of all your settings, you can select it. I'll show you how to save your template in a minute. Pick the date that the meeting will occur and the start time. How long is the meeting expected to last, as well as making sure you're set to the Eastern Time Zone. We will not use recurring meetings. We want to have a different meeting ID for each meeting we have. Registration will not be required. You will have the meeting ID generated automatically, not using your personal meeting ID, which is static. A password is required to enter all meetings. You can use the one generated for you or select your own password if you like. Choose if you would like participants and/or hosts to be able to have video during the meeting. Also, look through the other meeting options. Do not enable them to join before host. I suggest muting participants upon entry. The waiting room is enabled for all meetings in Flagler Schools, and only authenticated users, meaning students with a Flagler Schools account, will be able to join your meetings. You can choose to record the meeting automatically in the cloud as well. When you're done, click Save. This will bring you to the information you will need to share with your students so that they can join your meeting. It's also where you can quickly start your meeting. If you like all your settings and want to save them as a template for the future, make sure to scroll down to the bottom and click Save a Meeting Template. Your students will need the meeting ID, meeting password, and/or link in order to join your meeting. I'm going to copy this information. I'm going to come into Schoology and add it to a page in Schoology so that they can find it easily. And then simply paste it here. This way your students will have all the information they need to join your meeting. You would probably also want to include the time the meeting would be as well. But speaking of Schoology, it's super simple to schedule all your meetings right within Schoology, and there's no need to share links. However, please keep in mind, right now the Schoology app on the iPads, the meetings are not showing up. It does show up if they're logging into Schoology through the web, on the computer, or logging in through Safari on the iPad. To do this, you're going to add Zoom as an external tool. So click Materials, External Tool, add an external tool, and then you will select Zoom. It's already been set up and formatted for you. Title it. I'm going to set all of my Zoom meetings in here. And submit. You will notice the Zoom Meeting External Tool has been added to this course. When I click on it, it'll kind of take me right into Zoom, but within Schoology. So to schedule a meeting here that my students will be able to see in the future, you'll notice the one that we scheduled early is already here. Just click Schedule a New Meeting. I'm going to call this one Wrap Up. I'm going to have it on the 8th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything else is already set for me. And I'm going to click Save. And you will see this meeting's already been added. No need to share the information on a page with them. So now if I come in here and click on Zoom Meetings, you will see that my students will see all of my meetings scheduled for the week. So I would go in here most likely and use this within Schoology to schedule my meetings. So it'd be a super simple way if I was using the Schoology platform already.